more broadly, the international AI ethics conversation, there hasn't been that much engagement from the Chinese side. And I think some of the blame for this is with the West. It's just sort of moving and not thinking about how to pull in Chinese actors and make the space accessible for them. I know there is efforts to bring more Chinese companies, researchers onto the table. I think this is a really important venue for this type of discussion, in large part because governments are somewhat out of their depth when it comes to emerging technologies. You have skill sets that don't overlap with each other neatly. You have technical people who understand how the technology is likely to be used, what's being done with it, but don't really know how to solve problems in government. China has advantages because it has a unified agenda. So the national government will decide the objectives for the policy, and you don't have some of the complicated multi-tiered structures that you have, for example, in the US. Everybody wants AI systems that are beneficial, that don't make mistakes, that don't do things that they're not designed to do. And I think if we ignore those options for constructive dialogue and cooperation, because there are other things where it's harder to make progress, we're just doing ourselves a disservice collectively. There are some differences, but the differences are going to be there. That's the world we live in. The Chinese system is different from the West. There's a lot of overlap. There are a lot of areas where there's room for the two ecosystems to learn from one another. And I think it's important to focus, to treat each issue as its own topic.